This is hilarious. There's just been a bit of a stir because the pigs have just been charging around. So I've let them out. This is Earl, the Australorp. I've let him out to completely free range with his girls. And he's come in here and he's charged at the pigs. He's strutting around here wondering how to get back to his girls. I will help him in a minute. And the pigs, the piglets, are in here hiding from the chicken. Because they're big brave boys, aren't you? We're going to take a look at some of the seedlings I sowed a couple of weeks ago. I'm working in collaboration with Stella, a growing veg with Stella, and her channel is linked in the description below. We're both trying to direct sow as many seeds as we possibly can so that we can reduce the overwhelm of all the seed starts and seedlings that we have at home. I hope you enjoy it. It's quite a short video, so let's take a look and see how my first sowings are getting along. It's been a fortnight since I sowed in these milk jugs and in some rows here. I think it's time we took a look to see what has germinated, if anything. So at this end of the row, you can just see these are the first few carrots coming through. Here we have the beetroot, we have the onions, and not so conspicuously missing here, we have no germination yet on any of the parsnips, but they can take a while, so we're still hopeful for those. The petrol spinach has not been as successful, but we do have some here, and there is some further along at the end of the bed. And these are my lovely little turnips. Let's have a look at some of the other sowings that I did earlier as well. I put in 2 brassica here. They're all year round collies, and I thought I would save the best one. A little weed there too. Let's take that out. See it, do it. If you see a weed, get it quick. And both of those have germinated, which I'm really pleased about. I put beetroot in this corner. There's some suspicious hole marks here, and this is because Kevin and Ava roamed over this, and so I'm surprised anything here germinated. I have a few little bits germinated here, and I don't remember what those are. And I do have some spring onions over there that germinated, and again, I'm really surprised that happened. At the same time, I sowed carrots along this bed, and they also got trampled really badly by Kevin and Ava. Very happily, it is a much wonkier row than it was, but I still have carrots coming up. The other thing that's worked really well is I have some sowings of dill. I have one there. I have a patch of dill there and another patch of dill there. So that has worked really well as well. Again, I put parsnips in here and I haven't had a single thing germinating. We've been 6 weeks now, so I'm going to try a different packet of seeds as well, I think. The first sowings I did were chaos sowings. We'll take a look at those next. So I'm really trying to crack this polyculture idea. And so I sowed this chaos bed. First thing to note is I put a row cover on here because early in the year I get really terrible pest pressure. There comes a point in the year where there is enough in the hedgerows and enough abundant everywhere else that as long as you make it a little bit difficult, they stop coming to your garden. Now, what has worked well, clearly things have grown. That has been a really good thing. The row cover has been the most difficult thing because it takes an effort. You have to remember, you have to take the cover off and do the weeding and then put it back on. And I just find that on its own obstructs me from just walking past and just going, oh, I'll just nip that piece of grass out. I started at the far end, so we'll go up there first. And this was complete chaos bed. And things still got nibbled. There are still holes in things, as you can see. What didn't work for me is the randomness of it. I do have some bunching onions here still, but I have weeded out so many. I've gone to grab bits of grass and discovered that the grass, what I thought was grass, actually turned out to be my bunching onions, and I've lost them. I was harvesting, I don't think I was going to make it. I was harvesting rashes the other day, and that one just seemed to have got uprooted a bit. A lot of what I've sown hasn't come through. I put in a few turnips, I put in carrots, I put in parsley, I put in so many things in here, a random mix. A lot of it hasn't come through, so that's been a little bit disappointing, the few things that came through. What has come through, some of it's really obvious, some of it's a bit confusing. So I am almost certain that these two are perpetual spinach. They've got a much thicker leaf and they have a slightly different leaf colour and leaf shape. And squeaky tripod. This is calendula. And I know the calendula's all over the place, but I had planned to sow it here and then move it on. Sorry, my shadow's in the way. Of all the lettuce I sowed, a lot of it got munched, and I wasn't surprised because slug pressure early in the year is a problem, but 2 have survived and I'm happy with that. 2 lettuce is more than enough when they get mature, and by the time we've eaten those, there'll be more from later sowings as well. The radish have done really well, as radish always do. But I have found that there have been some quite big gaps in the sowing. So here you can see there's a big gap. There are, yeah, quite a few just big gaps where things haven't taken. So I've used those big gaps to pop other things in. So we have over there, that's a Dorbenton's cabbage, perennial kale. There is another one there. I've got some year-round collies that have gone in. The first lot have been eaten. This is the second lot, so I'm hoping that those stick. What else have I sown in the gaps? Some onion sets have gone in. And I know this is another of the Dorbentons. I know it's planted a little bit close, but actually everything around here will get harvested well before that becomes an issue. And again, I popped in another all the year round collie in a gap. I've got more onion sets popped into gaps. So you see that gap there without the cauliflower at the back there, and without these onion sets, that would have been a very large gap with nothing growing in it. So those are my key issues. The big gaps, the randomness of it, being able to tell the difference between weeds, grass, and onions in particular, because there's no pattern, there's not a clear row. It's difficult to hoe around, so I'm having to hand weed. That's another problem. And yeah, because it's chaos, nothing's labelled. And so initially when things are growing, you know, I'm waiting to see if something's perpetual spinach or calendula. They look quite similar when they're small. So those are the issues I've had with that bed. That's how my direct sowing is going on the annual vegetable plot so far. I hope that your direct sowing is being successful too. What sort of things are you direct sowing at the moment, and what's worked really well for you and what hasn't worked as well? It'd be really nice to hear in the comments.